Well, tonight, the South Carolina House has given key approval to a bill changing how judges are elected in our state.
It comes after heightened scrutiny, I should say, of South Carolina's process over the last year that left us with an all-male Supreme Court. News 19's Becky Buds explains.
While both the House and Senate agree that changes are needed this year, they can't seem to agree on what those changes look like.
A vote of 112 to 6. Senate Bill 1046 receives second reading.
In the final days of session, the South Carolina House has passed a sweeping judicial reform bill.
The term that I've heard over and over and over again during the course of the multiple public hearings is perception matters.
The Senate unanimously passed their version in March. Both versions allow the governor to appoint members to the Judicial Merit Selection Commission and establish term limits for members serving on the commission. They also aim to reduce the influence individual legislators can have on the panel. But there are several key differences. First, the House version would screen magistrates and limit their ability to serve past the end of their term in holdover status to 14 days. Second, the House would allow any number of qualified candidates to be considered, while the Senate would allow 6. And lastly, the House version makes candidates secure a majority of the vote of the General Assembly, while the Senate would require a majority of each chamber. South Carolina is one of 2 states where the legislature elects judges, but calls have been increasing over the last year for a change to that system.
Our system is not perfect. There's always room for improvement. That is one reason why I was even willing to consider voting for this legislation.
Meanwhile, opponents like Representative Todd Rutherford say change is unnecessary.
What we are doing is making sure that people that are unvetted in any political process, that people that may have just donated a bunch of money to someone, the people that may come with an agenda that we don't know anything about, will now have a role in picking the third branch of government.
The bill is likely headed to a conference committee where members from each chamber will be tasked with working out the differences. Reporting at the State House, Becky Buds, News 19 WLTX.
Tomorrow morning, the Judicial Merit Selection Commission will begin screening candidates to fill a vacancy on the state Supreme Court.